Hi guys, today we are going to talk about server tagging when it comes to performance and the privacy plays in that role. So this whole server-side tagging thing is a little bit of a technical thing. Even I had to read and understand most of it. So the way I understand, I'll try to explain to you. I think most of the games would already know the practical side of it as we have been doing a lot of things with Tag Manager. And this was the principle behind it basically. For those who don't know about uh, tracking and stuff, I'll try to explain a bit. So basically, guys, whenever we are running digital campaigns and stuff, driving traffic to anything to a website, we always use tracking codes to track the visitors, track the page behavior of people who are coming to the pages, and get a lot of data. So it starts with Google Analytics. So whenever Google Analytics also they give us like something called tracking code, which we put in the website to track the details, right? And then for Facebook, something they give something called Facebook Pixel. LinkedIn give something called Insight Tag. So likewise, each not just on these marketing tools, social media tools, even if you are using something like Hotjar, or even if you are using email marketing tools, so every tool they are giving like a tracking code. So it's a JavaScript code most of the time. They are being put in a website, show all the data, all the user data, that whoever who goes to the website will be recorded in each of these tools. So what happens is throughout the time, you will end up when we are using multiple channels, multiple tools, you end up putting a lot of codes in the website to track these details, right? So this was the previous mechanism that everyone has been doing. Still to the day we are doing this. This is called client-side tagging, right? So basically, you have your website, right? In a website, you have like something called a container, which I will explain to you later. In the container, we add all the codes and stuff. So whenever someone comes to the website, all the details will be passed to each of these channels, right? Channels or the third-party tools, right? So there have been few disadvantages with this third-party, this client-side tagging. So these are when we do codes at like when we add codes like this, we call it third-party tagging, right? With third-party tagging, so there can be certain things. One main thing is security issues. So what happens is, let's say we add the Facebook code, right, into our website. So every detail that goes in the website directly will be recorded and passed to the Facebook. So actually don't know what is going on. We think okay they are capturing the visitor details and whatnot, but we honestly don't know to what extent they are the data is being pulled, right? That is the privacy side. So the privacy of these things are little bit tricky. So we don't know all these things. I mean, like Facebook, since we trust Facebook, we put the code, but then sometimes we might use some email marketing tools and so on, and we don't know what sort of data has been pulled on. And the other thing is again the security. So through these JavaScripts and all that, there can be security breaches that can happen because these are like connectors out to outside world, outside from our website from website to the outside. So security breaches can also happen through these kind of, when you are having multiple these kind of codes, it can happen. And then, like I said, throughout the time we have been putting a lot of codes and stuff, right? With all the codes, what happens is whenever someone goes to the website, all of these one by one, all of these codes starts firing up, right? Start sending the data to Facebook, LinkedIn, Hotjar, and so on. So the website loading speeds gets slow. So that's another problem that there has been. So because of that, so the Google has introduced this mechanism called server-side tagging. So this is not I wouldn't say this is a very new technology, right? So this whole tag manager, so they have been doing this using tag manager for a long time, but now thanks to this, now the privacy and the data security has been also a big topic throughout the past couple of years. So this server-side tagging is really helping for this effort also. So how it happens is, so earlier you could you put all the tags and stuff directly into the website container in the website in our server. But now, instead of doing that, Google Tag Manager or the Tag Manager 360, they are going to act like a middle person, middle layer. They are going in their container. They are going to hold all these codes, right? Instead of adding all the codes to the website, they are going to add only one code. So this one code will retrieve all the data, and they will process it in here in the Google Cloud servers in the container in there, and they will pass on whatever the information that is needed to each of these tools or the channels, right? In a very brief, I'll tell you what this container is. Container is something like a mini software, mini computation device, right? It has its own hard operating system, and it can run certain regular tasks, software or codes. So basically, you can consider these as the multiple codes or multiple tools, that JavaScript codes that you add from different tools, and it will be processed in this container. So something like this lies in the Google Tag Manager, which processes everything, right? So how it helps is, of course, now all the 3 points that I mentioned earlier can be mitigated with this. So starting with the faster page loading time, because what happens is, now only website will be dumped with only one code, one Tag Manager code. So whenever someone comes, only that will run up. So because of that, the loading time gets really improved. And then the secure customer data. This is actually the most important thing. Basically, now Google will do a security check before the data is passed on to the other tools. So the tools does not have a direct access to the site. So only the Google will be acting as a one bridge. So there will be only one bridge. So the whole data will be processed, encrypted, and they will be monitoring all that. The other thing is the control behavior. So as I told you, like when we say, for an example, when we put the Facebook code, we don't know what sort of data they are retrieving. But in this case, we have the actually option in Tag Manager to control that. Let's say we want Facebook to get user numbers only, or the user session durations only. So we can actually declare beforehand, okay, to Facebook Pixel, pass on this data only. So then through Tag Manager, that is being controlled. So basically the behavior of the tags are being controlled. So that's that's actually why they say the privacy. For privacy, this has been very important thing. So another thing that the Google has introduced us, this consent mode. It's apparently in beta mode. So they are going to introduce this consent mode to website developers. So basically, what's going to happen is, whenever someone lands on the website, right now there's you will see that people are being asked to accept cookies, accept privacy policies and stuff. Further to that, they will be having certain other questions, such as they will be asking, the website will allow people to answer and say, okay, I am okay to share my user data or the page behavioral data or the cookie data with Facebook tag or the LinkedIn Insight tag. So likewise, the user will have a control, right? So that's what it's called, consent. So user is giving the consent to the website to give certain details. So it will not be no longer like capturing all the cookie data and whatever we want from the website. So the user will have a control. So through this server tagging, through this tag manager, they are actually supporting this whole consent mode. So that's why this whole server tagging technology and stuff has come to play. I think that's about it. It was very short one.